All those awards are nice, but I didn't earn any of them. I was very blessed to have really, really good athletes. Some of them you're going to find in a few minutes when they're going to be the first team inducted into the Hall of Fame for volleyball. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the other honorees. I can stand in front of 10,000 students and talk, but if I get 3 adults, yeah, just work with me. I'd like to thank my family. A lot of you know my mom and dad, they come to everything. I moved up to Marion last year, an opportunity that I just felt I needed to take, but I was here for 32 years and I absolutely loved it. I do still bleed green and gold. However, this fall, my Marion team will be playing in the Pius X Invitational in that gym. I have never started a match on that side of the court, so it'll be entertaining. So all of you that are here right now, I would really, really appreciate it if you would show up and wear royal blue. That would make me really, really happy, pretty comfortable, and make the day go a lot better. I'd also like to thank the Pius X administration, faculty, staff, and then they're not here, but the lunch ladies also. For those of you that know me, I ate lunch with the lunch ladies every day, 6 period. They're my friends. And so I was really hoping they'd be here, but they're not here. So lunch ladies, thank you. That's also why I'm not very fit, is because their meals are really good. Just a sidelight, as I said, I'm at Marion now. One of my good friends at Marion, I convinced her to be one of my assistant coaches. She's in charge of their lunch program. Yeah, life is good. I'd also like to thank the assistant coaches that I've had. I would list them, but there are several, and I'm not sure what that says about working with me, the fact that there are several of them. I don't know if they could only put up with me for a couple of years before they had to move on, but I've always been a big believer in you use everybody on your staff and you run a program as a program, not a bunch of individual teams. And so I always got assistant coaches around me that were going to be beneficial to the school, to the program, and to everybody, all the way from the 9th grade person who just is learning the sport all the way to the superstar. And everybody needed to be important, and that's, I thank my assistant coaches for that, especially Greg. Greg was the longest tenured. I think he was with me 15 years, 16 years. So I don't know what that says about Greg, the fact that he stuck with me, but enough that when Greg became the AD, I continued to be his assistant AD, so it was a little role reversal. And I think he ran with that. I'd also like to thank the student managers that I've had over the years. They were a huge part of our program, be it males, be it females. A lot of times they took the brunt of when I was not real happy with the girls. Somehow the managers knew it was time to step in, so I'd be like, why aren't the balls out yet? The girls are like, oh, it's the manager's job. And so the managers took a lot of my stress, but they also assisted the program in the fact that by the end they knew that they were just as important. The athletes. Without all of the athletes that I've been blessed to have, none of these accolades would be there. I actually told somebody last week that my goal was to never be in a Hall of Fame. I didn't ever want to be inducted into any Hall of Fame because I was not a very good athlete. I tried. I thought I was a good athlete, but I'm not. But I liked the coaching because my dad was a coach. I had him as a coach for a while, but then I became his manager and I saw the other side of sports and I saw the part of servant, leadership and giving back to others. And so that's what I wanted to do. But volleyball was not the sport I wanted to go into. 1985, I graduated from UNL, looking for a teaching job. I had lots of interviews, finished second a lot. I went to Fairmont, Nebraska. I don't know if any of you know where that's at. It's south of York, about 15 miles. They needed a business teacher. I was like, sweet, that's what I do. They needed a volleyball coach. Okay, I don't really know what that is. First day of practice, I had a girl, her name is Sherry Frazier. Coach, what kind of defense are we gonna run? The people I talked to had only told me about offense. So my word to Sherry was, we'll work on that later. Today we're offense. I got home that night in Fairmont, used the little touch button, you know, the phone that you punch the little buttons. There was no cell phone. I called Shelly Scott, who was the former coach at Fairbury, and I said, okay, you need to fill me in real fast on this defense thing. Long story short, it's a sport I grew to love. It's kind of who I am now, and it wasn't planned that way. I stayed at Fairmont for 4 years, loved it, had great friends. I still get together with them 3 or 4 times a year. They're all retired. I'm still teaching. That's okay, we're meeting up in 2 weeks. Did I mention they're still retired? So we have to meet on a Saturday because I have to go to school on Monday. They're all retired. But then I moved to UNL because I wanted to get my master's and I wanted to go into sports information. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to get back into teaching. Saw Pius had an opening. Fairbury, where I grew up, where I graduated from, Pius was always a huge rival. I thought, what the heck, I'll apply. I got hired. And I was like, okay, and then they wanted a volleyball coach. Okay, I kind of faked it for 4 years before. Let's see if we can do it for 2. Because my goal was to stay here for 2 years. Because then I wanted to be a sports information director. 2 years turned into 32 years. Leaving to go to Marion was very tough, but this is a place that I'll always call home. And thank you.